What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So listen, people are still not understanding the truth. People are stuck in this fantasy land. Look, I spoke about Tank Davis versus Haney. I spoke about Tank Davis versus anybody in the sense where Leonard Ellerbe, okay, he's speaking on behalf of Tank. So you have certain people speaking about the situation, saying Tank Davis isn't on the same page with Leonard Ellerbe. He debunked all of that. No, you debunk it with actions, not words. Not words. I mean, if someone said that you were gay, and you said, hell no, not me, I'm not gay, but then your actions show that you're laying up with the same sex, are you not gay? Yeah, you might not want to be called that. You don't want people to know you are, or whatever the reason, but bottom line, okay, if someone says that you're a thief, your words can say, I'm not a thief, but you get caught stealing, are you not a thief? And plain and simple. Okay? Somebody call you a liar, you say I'm not a liar, and not because of difference of opinion, not something that's subjective, but you get caught lying. Are you not a liar? Plain and simple. I don't care what Tank Davis says. He's not making any moves to do anything different. In fact, every sentence that Leonard Ellerbe makes when he wants to make the strong point about Tank and who Tank fights, what does he always say? Tank calls the shots. Nobody's going to tell Tank how much money he's fighting for or what weight class. Tank calls all the shots. Tank feels comfortable at 135, and he can even go down to 130. Okay? So, to say Tank debunked that, Tank didn't debunk shit. What did he debunk? Okay? You can debunk words with facts and truth. Okay? Proof of. Even repeating the words that come out of someone's mouth after they retract. But just to say, oh, nah, I'll fight that motherfucker, and make the comment about how he fought Sean Porter and sparring over 147. Okay? And I grew up in the era of time where fucking lightweights was sparring with heavyweights. So you fought a guy and sparring that was over 147 pounds. Big deal. I mean, hell, we've seen Canelo sparring with heavyweights as well. So what does that mean? Sparring doesn't go on your record either. So what does that mean? You see, the points that these guys try to make is what I'm talking about. People look, I like Tank as a fighter. Okay? And I think Tank beats everybody at 135, possibly 140 as well. Okay? Possibly at 140 as well. Because I don't see these guys being better than Tank. Okay? The guys that came from 135, I think he beat all of them with the exception of, I can't pick a clear winner between him and Haney. Because for one, he has to get to Haney. And if he doesn't knock Haney out, I don't see him outboxing Haney. And Tank can box, Tank can fight. But outboxing Haney, nah. So Tank is going to do what he does, Haney would have to do what he does. Bottom line is, they both have to want the fight. So outside of Haney, I think I pick him to beat all those other guys. The only thing, like I said, as far as Tank goes, is someone just being too big, too tall, too big. He might come across that problem because Tank is a short guy, short reach. All right, skills pay the bills. But there's a such thing as some people they're just too, like we say, styles make fights. Some people just have everything that they need. Like I said, Thomas Hearns wasn't a better boxer than Sugar Ray Leonard. But he could box, and he knew how to use his reach. He knew how to use his strengths properly. He was effective enough to where he was able to actually outland and outbox Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray had to knock him out in order to get the win. Okay, he fell too far behind on the scorecards. Okay, and that's the type of situations Tank will find himself in with longer rangier guys that can fight. So, bottom line is, Tank does what he wants to do. Okay? I don't know why people bitching about that if you cheer Canelo for doing the same thing. But if you are a fight fan, if you just love boxing and you feel like that's some bitch shit, I agree with you. Whether it's Canelo doing it, whether it's Tank or whoever. Not the fact that somebody has control of their career. I don't like the fact that these guys talk shit and then they don't want to fight the guys that they know everybody wants to see them fight. And then you want to play this whole, only I make the offers. Okay, well, how does he not debunk? How does he not debunk? How are you debunking anything when you have not opened your mouth to speak, to make it known? Oh yeah, we're sending term sheets and a contract to Team Haney. Since you're the one that make all the call the shots, right? You're the one that make the offers. What offers did he make? None. The man turned down $20 million. Where the hell else is Tank gonna fight and get $20 million? Even when I made the comparison and said the comparison with of like, let's say the Saudis want to get him over there and they offer him 35. I'm just saying that shit. Like, I don't even think the Saudis would pay him $20 million. Not that they can't. I don't think that it's. Let me be real with you. Haney versus Tank is another huge fight. Okay? At least on paper. I don't think that fight is worth $20 million. I really don't. And if they're going to give Tank $20 million, what are they going to give Devin? And you know that's a disgrace to boxing to be a former undisputed champion to end up taking a lowball offer because the guy you're fighting has more popularity. So it's about greed. So if Haney was to win, well, yeah, now the ball is in his court, right? So whatever he made, that's what he's going to want every time. And see, the problem with these guys is the more money they start making, it gets to the point where it's more difficult for them to get them in fights where they're only going to really be able to get to the guys that's really hungry. And those guys might not have the resume. Those are the type of fighters that later on, if they keep winning, later on down the line, people will watch them and say, nah, he fought a solid guy. But they're going to say, oh, but he fought him before he was really seasoned and all of that type of stuff. So, so in other words, you won't get full credit for it. And at that point, people don't care. They give you the middle finger because it's like, man, I ain't worried about your credit. I'm worried about these checks. Okay? It's always about the money. But for real fighters, it's about the money and their legacy. You understand what I'm saying? So now if Devin Haney was to do the same thing, get to the point where he's like, no, fuck that, man. Like, example. Okay? Certain guys, like with Shakur. It's like, Shakur's not no big star, but Shakur is a former undisputed champion. Like, look, put it like this. Put it like this, okay? He unified the division. He unified the belts. He did what he did, but Shakur still was never like a big name. But you know that, the guy can fight. The skills is there. He has the talent. So this is a fight that people wanted to see. Now, Devin Haney knows the most respected lightweight that's out there was Lomachenko. Not the most accomplished, okay? He's the most respected. Okay? The most respected. Now that Tank comes along, Tank, okay, is the guy that, like, I don't care about all that face of boxing shit, but the guy that between him and Canelo, all that, whatever, I don't care about all that. But he's one of the guys that people look at as the face of boxing. Look, if Devin Haney fought Tank and beat him, now let's just say if the fight was worth, if they paid him $20 million, do you think Devin wants less than $20 million now? I beat the man that you was paying $20 million a fight to. Right? So whatever he made his last fight, the win doesn't change how much he made. He wants to get to that point. Now, if they're looking at him like, all right, but Devin, you're not as popular as Tank was. We don't know that you're worth $20 million. You see the point what I'm saying? Everybody wants their stock to go up. Okay? So if you go by, you get paid what you made in your last fight, that means your stock, okay, so your stock goes up when you win, down when you lose. So that would mean, even in defeat, Tank's last fight, he made $20 million, right? So he wants $20 million now, even though he lost. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you got to look at how, like we always say, there's no structure in boxing, and it becomes the type of situation where people are acting as if they don't know what's really going on. But people don't want to risk losing, and they try to pick and choose when they finally get to that point, who they fight, when they fight, what weight class, all that type of stuff. Yeah, we know. And what's actually happening is really this. I'm saying it again. These guys become multimillionaires, right? A whole lot of them before they even really have fights with the very top guys. Or you can have fights with guys that's the top in your division, and that's all you can ask them to do is fight the top guys, right? But you still are at a point where there's work to be done. Tank's 29 now. How long does Tank plan on fighting? I don't know. But let's just be clear on this. He calls the shots. You don't hear Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd saying, I refuse to let him fight Devin Haney. I refuse to let him. No, it's not about them. It's about what Tank wants to do. Tank Davis is in control of that. We always hear people say, nah, the fighter's in control. If they want it, they want it. When it's a fighter that they're trying to prove to be wrong in this situation. When it's a fighter that you like, all of a sudden, it's different. It's not now all of a sudden, certain guys you guys treat like babies, man. It's not about, and I know what people think, but it's not that. They can't make him do anything. They cannot force him and tell him he can't fight someone. What are they going to do if he decides to fight him? They're going to abandon him and not promote them? Of course they're going to stay with them. It's not up to them. It's up to him. What we really need to call a guy like Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe really is advisors. They can advise you. They can't make you do nothing. There's no, we all have to agree. No, Tank can say, man, no. The hell with what you talking about, Floyd. The hell with what you talking about, Leonard. I want this fight, and we're making this fight. That's the fight I want. Now, in terms of networks and people wanting to fight, that type of thing and all that, okay, different promotions, that is things that can be worked out. These things happen all the time. It's if they want it or not. But for Tank, what sense does it make for Tank to say something completely different from Leonard Ellerbe? Just to not get in there and prove Leonard Ellerbe wrong by fighting the guys that he claimed he wants to fight. So saying, I will do this, no problem, we could fight. I'll go to 140. Yeah, you're saying that, but you're not doing it. So even if they're trying to talk him out of it, let's just say he still has to say so. And it's not cool for you to get in front of a camera saying you will go to 140 or you are going to 140 when basically you're not making any moves to do so. To me, that's just talk. That's just talk. And the fact of the matter is, it's not like Haney needs Tank. He really doesn't. Okay, it's not like he needs Tank. Tank is doing what he's doing at 135. Let's say Haney has a belt now. Let's say Haney unifies. And let's say he becomes undisputed at 140. We'd have a 2-weight division undisputed champion versus a guy that's just, and however his popularity grows. But let's just say even in doing so, he's still not as big of a name as Tank. Let's just say. Because, Haney isn't a big banger that goes in there and just gets knockouts. He completely outclasses you and outboxes you and wins. But bottom line is, let's say he does that. We're still going to be going by this who's the biggest star nonsense to the point where this guy still doesn't want to cement his legacy and I'll be the 2-weight division champion. Right? And reality is the older you get, right? You don't know guys to go down in weight. They go up in weight. What would Tank wait for? What would be the opportune time for him to go to 140? Okay, what would be the opportune time? Think about this. Mario Barrios, right? Tank went up 140, he fought him and he beat him. So, in terms of him being scared to go to 140, That is, I don't think he's scared to go to 140. Okay? I think he's scared of losing to Haney. I don't think he's scared, like if I see Haney coming, I'm a duck, act like I don't see him. No, I mean, I don't think he wants any part of Devin Haney. Like I said in the other video, and I mean that, there's no reason, absolutely no reason that he can give you. He hasn't given anybody a logical explanation as to why he's not fighting Devin Haney. Again, all of the talk about them being broke and all this stupid nonsense, everything that has nothing to do with boxing. Okay, what's your reason for not fighting Devin Haney? The most truth that he can honestly say, we're not in the same weight class. Now, should he go up and fight somebody else instead of Devin, then what? Then what? Now, if he stays at 135, if he goes down to 130, like Leonard Ellerbe is saying he can do, okay, well, he's going between 130 and 135. But the point that you're trying to make it seem like you want to fight Devin Haney, like, oh, I ain't got no problem with that, then what's the holdup? You're not speaking for yourself. Leonard Ellerbe speaking, and to say, okay, and understand when people are saying he debunked what Leonard Ellerbe is saying. No, he didn't debunk shit. And it's not like he said, Leonard Ellerbe's lying, I never said that, that's not the case. No, he just said something different. That's my point. While he's sitting up there shooting out bravado and people are sucking it up, believing it, Leonard Ellerbe knows what the hell. They conversate, they talk, they do business together. What do you think Leonard Ellerbe is just making this up? No, Tank is in the position, like I said, Tank is the shot caller. Tank doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. I'm saying it again. You can consider this the part 2 to the other video, okay? He does not want to fight Devin Haney. It's as simple as that. He does not. You know how you always hear fighters say when they have a bad performance or a fight was tougher than them? It's not always a bad performance. A lot of times a guy's just better than they gave him credit for, and they have a tough fight. They win, but it was a real tough fight. And you always hear them say, well, maybe now, good. Maybe now these guys are going to want to fight me now, right? They saw me have a performance where I didn't look my very best, so maybe now they'll have the heart to fight me. Okay, wait. What does Devin Haney do? Not so much. Haney responds to people that he got, that says shit about him, really. Haney is not the type to really start the shit, but he will comment on shit when it's somebody that he's had some type of issues with. But it's usually Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero. The second somebody has a fight, even when they win and don't look bad at all, they still have something to say. Oh man, he fought a flat-footed slow guy, blah blah blah. But if they have a fight where they don't look their best, I'd have knocked you out, blah blah blah. Yo, send the contract. They always do the same goofy, corny shit. Then no fight happens. So all of this stuff, oh, Ryan Garcia admitted Floyd tried to persuade him to fight Rolly, and he got it. Listen, nobody cares about all that. So now Floyd Mayweather controls what Ryan Garcia does too. It's look, when you want something, you make it known. You go for it. You go after it. You make the efforts. Show me what effort Tank Davis is making, and give me proof to support your claim. I don't want to hear no clip of him saying something or no. Show me anything different, because pretty much for you to debunk something means you prove that person's word to be wrong. You saying something different from what that person is saying doesn't mean nothing when the actions are the same. Of you not fighting, not making any, even when he sat there recording himself, and like I said, he's talking about niggas is broke, we getting money over here, show niggas is broke and all. Okay, what else did he say in that video? What did he explain to the fight fans out there that, hey, the reason why the fight hasn't happened with Haney is because of this. I plan to do this and that. Yes, I want to fight Devin Haney. We definitely going to make it happen. I have no problem going to 140, and it's going to happen. But first, I want to do this or whatever. You don't hear nothing like that. All you hear is a bunch of nonsense. Nothing explaining to you why. So he didn't debunk a goddamn thing. All he did was say something completely different. That's all he did. That's all he did. But he's not trying to make any effort to make a fight. So you have a guy calling you out. You have a guy that offered you $20 million, and you didn't take that offer. Okay, for that case matter, you could have stroked your ego some more, gave him the same exact offer, just you're making the offer instead of him. He didn't do any of that. Like Tank Davis is a fighter, but it is what it is. In closing, he does not want to fight Devin. If he wanted any parts of Devin, he would have made it known, like with any other fight that he wanted. And understand something. Devin fought Lomachenko. Tank didn't. He fought Ryan. Ryan ducked Haney. You understand what I'm saying? Lomachenko ducked Haney. So, my point with all these guys, they see the threat in Devin Haney. They can talk all the shit they want. They can try to make him look like some prep boy. He's soft, or he whatever. Yeah, right. Again, we heard all this shit we just talked about. All that you ain't go through my struggles. You ain't come from the same cloth and blah blah blah. Right? Yeah, you're gonna bring an element to your game that nobody's ever seen. Haney's not gonna be able to handle this, and he goes in there, whitewash him, and drops him and embarrasses him. And when I said I see this shit being one-sided, I don't see a reason that Haney should even struggle with Prograis. He really should just destroy this guy. That's exactly what he did. Why am I saying it? Because when I look at Regis Prograis and I see what type of fighter he is, I do not see this guy as being on that same level as a Devin Haney. I do not see him being able to handle nothing that Devin Haney has. He went in there, and what happened? Devin showed exactly what I was talking about. So my whole thing with that is, it's not about who you like and don't like. If I thought Regis was going to do anything, like I said, he only has a puncher's chance. That's all he has. Doesn't have the ring IQ. He doesn't have the movement, nothing. Not the hand speed, the footwork, nothing. Nothing, just a puncher's chance. And we see how that went. And again, once again, who was the first cheerleader for Regis Prograis to beat Haney? Tank Davis. The power, okay? So it's obvious you're overlooking what this man can do. You don't think that Devin Haney put fear in these guys? You don't think that these guys look at Devin Haney and know this guy's a threat, a serious threat, and that they might go in there and get shut out? They might go in there and get beat 10 rounds to 2. You don't think that they see that? You don't think that they feel, I might have to knock this guy out to beat him? Of course they do. Don't care what they say. They can say what they want, but of course they feel that. And when you look at, okay, the fact that Tank went to, did his little 3 months, came back, what is Tank talking about? What is he saying? And everybody's talking about, yeah, but you got the new deal, and they're just waiting. Okay, I hear you. But what is he saying about anything? It's better to avoid interviews and questions when you don't have the right answers. And all you really need is the truth. And the problem with the truth is he'd be exposing himself. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care nothing about no damn, but he fought this guy. But remember back to, listen, none of that has nothing to do with right now. There's a time, and I'm not saying that Tank Davis is losing his heart, but I'm saying there was a time Mike Tyson went from saying he's ferocious, he's a conqueror, he's Alexander the Great. Talk about he want to eat, he want to eat the guy kids and all this crazy shit, to going to saying, I don't have a heart for this anymore. I'm just doing it for the money, and okay, so nothing stays the same forever. I don't think Tank is losing his heart for boxing. Like I said, I don't even think he's scared to go to 140. I just think he's scared of losing to Devin Haney. Point being, I feel like he want to fight lesser guys. And I have no reason to not think that when Tank's the one that called the shots, just like Leonard Ellerbe said. So why is he not calling anybody to fight? Think about it. He calls the shots. Yeah, we know. And are they calling Leonard Ellerbe on the face of boxing? Okay, so no, stop it. Leonard Ellerbe is his mouthpiece. He's saying what he's saying because they talk about things. They know what the plans are. But Tank is trying to save face with the fans. See, when you say a bunch of the wrong things, you end up in a position where you don't know what to say because you're going to keep setting yourself, up for failure. I told you all this buck dancing Shakur Stevenson was doing was going to backfire on him. And he's gotten to the point now he's faking a damn retirement. All this nonsense because things didn't go his way. He's not in the position he wants to be in, and he's no damn superstar either. So he's going through all of this, and he's at 135 now. Okay, Tank is there. What's the holdup? Tank said Shakur need to go and have 1 or 2 more fights, then come back, like rebuild interest in the fight. Come on, y'all. So you mean to tell me that it's just a coincidence that he's avoiding the top level guys? Okay, if he had to rebuild to get people re-interested in the fight, please tell me who the fuck out there really feel like we need a Pitbull Tank Davis rematch. Like, this is a must-have fight. This is must-see TV. Man, please. The majority of the people would much rather see Shakur versus Tank Davis. Nobody want to see this song and dance again with Pitbull. Isaac Cruz, we know he's a pressure guy. He comes to fight. He comes to bang. He comes to walk you down and land big shots. But Tank Davis was willing to do that. And so when you look at who's out there, okay, well, who's next for Tank at 135? Who? Name one fighter out there at 135 you'd rather see him fight than Shakur. Name one fighter you'd rather see him fight at 140 other than Haney. And then even Teofimo with this bullshit fake retirement nonsense. So these guys, they have a way of doing things and carrying themselves in a way. They're a bunch of little spoiled ass brats. And if they don't get things exactly the way they want it, then they got to find some antic to throw at us to try to, like, I don't give a shit if you box or if you retire. That's your business. This shit doesn't change my life. It's your career. But all of this talk about fighting the best, and, I want nothing but the top guys. And then you're saying the same shit 4 or 5 years straight. So what's stopping you? Before you know it, you at that retirement age, and it's like, damn, I would like to have fought this guy. Why didn't you? Oh, the stars didn't line up that way. No, you didn't want the fights. You didn't want the fight. And that's why I said sometimes it's like the challenges, man. Go beat the shit out of everybody that this guy is avoiding. And the thing with that is, that's why sometimes you look and certain guys do have losses, because they fought the top guys that you won't fight. Just saying, y'all. It's that type of thing where people are still not blaming the right person for their own actions. Tank is not some minor, some little kid that has to be told what to do. He's a grown 29-year-old man. And he's not making any effort to reach out to the Haneys. He's not making any effort to reach out to fight Shakur. So by the time we get an announcement about whatever his next move is going to be, doesn't matter. And for people that think that, a lot of people feel like they're saying he's trying to make a demand for himself so the Saudis will offer him more money. That could be it. But it's also, as far as I'm concerned, it's not. Why? What was the financial offer that they made him? They didn't make him an offer. They said they would love to get him on the card. So there was no offer. And he's asking for 2 cars out of the deal just to get him to go. And who do you think they want that fight to be against? They already said Devin Haney. So, Tank Davis, you don't have any other options to, the fact is, if they'll give you $20 million, cool. But I don't think Tank wants to go fight in Saudi. I don't think he really has any interest in fighting in the position where, because you know how the Saudis are, they're going to tell you who your opponent is. We want you versus Haney. Not like you can just pick one. Nah, not Haney right now. Right now, give me a lesser guy because I want to do this and that. Then I'll step up and, oh, no. It's either fight Devin Haney. Okay? And if they're not going to get Haney, what would they try to do? Try to get Teofimo Lopez or something like that. They don't want you versus no. They don't want to put a star fighter, an elite level fighter, okay, a top level fighter against some C class or D class guy. So that's not what they want. And you heard Leonard Ellerbe. Tank calls the shots. Nobody tells him what to do. Well, and you can forget about him fighting over there in Saudi Arabia. And that's for real. That's for real. So, anyway, just wanted to make that follow-up video, man, because people still trying to blame this on the wrong people. But it's his own career. And remember something, long after Tank is gone, Floyd and Lynn Ellerbe can still promote, still manage other fighters. So, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. I never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.